on YouTube. This is Aaron here with Day 5 Fish Tanks, bringing another video of the 75-gallon native planted tank. Just wanted to give you guys just a quick update on what's going on. Things are going really well in this tank. All the fish have settled in nicely to the new setup. I did, however, over the course of the move, I did lose 2 southern red-belly dace. One while it was in the quarantine tank, which I told you guys about that before. I don't know if I've told you about the other one, that after I moved them to the new tank. They get kind of skittish at night when people are walking by the tank. The living room lights are on and the tank lights are off. And so I just had another case where one of the daces flipped out and hit the top of the glass and ended up killing itself. They're not used to being around as much traffic, foot traffic. This tank's been in the basement before now. And so all the new, the fact that it's in the living room, it's something that they're having to get used to, seeing people walk by the tank all the time, feeling the vibrations in the floor and everything like that. So, but they're settling in pretty well, settling in really well. I wanted to point out the plants. I've been gone for the past week. In fact, of the last 3 weeks, I've been gone for 2 of those weeks, and the 1 week I was home, I was extremely busy. And this tank was set up literally got set up just days before I left to go out of town. Yeah, the tank's set up, the plants are in there, and it's been less than a month, and the plants already need a trim. You can see the Ludwigia breaking the surface at the top on both sides. Just bent over, doubled over from the current, everything like that, with the Ludwigia palustris. And then on the right side with the Rapins, it's just growing. It's hit the top, and so now it's just growing, along the top now. So it needs a trim. I did a big water change today. I didn't trim it just because I was going to let it go for another week or so and then trim it with the next water change. But it's definitely ready for that. It's definitely ready to be trimmed back. Otherwise, I'm just going to have Ludwigia just from end to end on the tank, just growing all the way across. That would look kind of cool, but it's not necessarily what I'm going for. But I do like the fact that it's growing really well. The plants are already taking off. I didn't really have any kind of a die-off period at all with the plants. The sword plant on the left-hand side, it's still, I'd split it into 2 plants. It's getting new leaves, but it's a little slower. And then the Lobelia cardinalis was just newly planted just weeks before the move, and so it had to be replanted again. So it's taken its time and getting going, but it's still doing okay. But the Ludwigia is just absolutely growing like crazy. Even the Bacopa's growing pretty well. It's always been a slow grower for me. Probably for everybody else too, unless you got CO2, but it's been a slow but very steady grower. Nothing really phases it. It just takes its time to grow, but it's already breaking the surface too, so it could probably use a trim as well. So really happy with the plant growth, and just really happy with the way the tank's going. I've got some of that Physidens moss coming back. I had pulled out as much of it as I could, but I'm finding little bits and pieces of it, especially some that had stuck to the wood. It's starting to bounce back and grow back on its own, so it doesn't look like I'm completely rid of that, but it's not a nuisance at this point. But anyways, everything's going well. Tank's looking really good. I'm just really happy the way things are going with how the fish are doing, with how the plants are doing. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great week. Later.